Yo, what's up guys, Venom Fire here back with the video, and here we're going to be bringing you guys another play in this nickel 2-4-5 odd scheme that we've been kind of going over a lot. Now this one's going to be less of a blitz and more of a coverage defense out of it. You're not going to get too much pressure out of this particular play, but it's going to be really good for coverage, especially when you combine it with good blitzes in this formation. It'll be very helpful for you guys. So the play I'm talking about is going to be cover 6, and that's actually a play that we've touched up on a lot, cover 6 in other formations, but this one's going to be different because you're going to be able to do a couple of different things, which we will show. So cover 6, pretty simple, nickel 2-4-5 odd. We're in the Bears playbook. If you want to see a full Bears defense ebook, let me know down below in the comments section. I could definitely bring that. But yeah, get safeties at linebacker, get a quick linebacker right here. Patrick Queen will do the job, and yeah, it's pretty much all we need. You can leave auto flip on if you want to. More times than not, I will run it on. And yeah, let's just go ahead, get straight into it. Now, taking a look at what we have, I might actually respot the ball as well. Taking a look at the defense, of course, it's cover 2 on one side, cover 4 on the other. Mainly, you could also kind of turn auto flip off just because I always want my cover 2 on the short side of the field. We always want our cover 2. So we notice on the right hash mark, I want my cover 2 to the right. It's covering the least amount of ground because we don't want to get beat on the outside in between that soft squat and the deep zone. So that's important. If you want to go auto flip off for that reason, I would not blame you. And especially if your opponent's playing weird. For example, if he were to put his slot wide receiver or just run this formation flipped, your cover 2 would be on the wide side, and that might be an issue. But again, normally they'll run it like this. But taking a look at our defense, the first thing you're going to do is base a line. That's going to set up the normal blitz look. You're also going to bring this cornerback down and kind of inside. You have to give him the assumption that you are blitzing him. You want to, because again, you're not going to run cover 6 all game. You're going to combine this with the cover 2 blitz, some other blitzes, some man blitzes, cover 4 drop. So again, it's not going to be the only play that you're running. So it's important that you give him the same look for every single play so that he doesn't know what you're doing. Now, we, of course, are going to be running coverage. I'll show you what the play kind of looks like stock, and that you're not going to get pressure out of some of the plays like the cover 2. You might get pressure out of this with Patrick Queen. More times than not, you're not going to get pressure, and you see right there, it is going to be blocked with pretty much ease. Again, just a simple 5-man protection and defended well. Now you could kind of see where I have to user with my user was going to be the corner out that I was going to defend. Now, I like this formation a lot. It offers a lot of flexibility, mainly because of the fact that the whole left side, you're not really going to have to user over there. You're mainly just going to have to focus on this right side, and especially when you're on the short side of the field, you can pretty easily, sight out who you're going to have to defend with your user, which, again, is the tight end in this case. Now, again, if this guy's not getting pressure, we'll touch up on him later in the video, but there's not really a reason to blitz him if he's not getting through instantly, so we can use him as like a quarterback spy, or we can add him into zone coverage, which again we'll add on to the defense later. We'll just show it stock a couple of times. So again, this is the play. It's a flood play. And of course with my user, I'm going to kind of take a vert hook assignment, watch that deep zone. Now again, some of those inroads might be open a little bit. That's not a very good corner on the left side, so you can kind of expect him to not be as open, but you can kind of see where maybe there's a little bit of a gap in the middle of the field if you need some help, because again, those outside quarters are going to match like man coverage, and if he has potential man beater, that's where your hole could be, cover 6. Again, it's a pretty dang good stock defense, but you might have to add some things just to make it better, and also depending on your opponent's play style. But once again, I mean, just pretty solid coverage. I mean, we could audible to like a bunch tight end, and I would assume that the coverage is still going to be really good. Now, bunch tight end, this play is one of the best in the game. But again, you should kind of give him the look that you're blitzing, and when you start getting pressure out of this, which you will if you run the other plays correctly, you'll get some sacks, you'll get some pressure off the edge. This is when he's going to do things like max protect, which is what he's doing here, and that is where you see, I don't know what happened to his drag there, but pretty much everything's going to be defended pretty dang well. You'll watch the delay fade, obviously, and he is backed. So, again, this cover 6 is going to be it's not going to have to do as much work as it might be, because, again, he's going to be adjusting to your cover 2. He might go with a cover 2 beater. Even if he has a cover 6 beater, the objective is that he doesn't know when to run it, which is going to be ideal for you. Now, some of the adjustments that we can go ahead and make is, the first thing I can do is, if I don't like the soft squat, we can put him in a cloud flat. I know some people don't like the soft squat zones. They're a little bit aggressive. they give some things up occasionally, especially if a good player knows how to beat them. So your first thing potentially to do is go with a cloud flat. So we're going to do that. And again, the cloud flat, it plays a lot different. You notice that's a stock cloud flat, and it's running all the way up the corner route. So you got to understand, with the soft squat, it's mainly going to take away things underneath, and with the cloud flat, you're going to have to user those things underneath. So just an adjustment, but you can tell how I would have to use the flat there. So that's going to be your first thing that you could do. Now I want to set up something, and you could send heat against this. Now I'll show you that blitzing this slot corner, it doesn't generally work, but you could easily run this blitz like this, and I wouldn't blame you, because now you're rushing 5. You still could get pressure. The blitz could get through. If it doesn't, you're going to get pretty quick pressure, but you're not giving up a whole lot in this play by by blitzing your outside quarter instead of leaving him. So if you're blitzing that slot cornerback, you're going to user the player, the through receiver hook now. So you're going to user the through rec hook. We're going to run the play the same way. We might get pressure, we might not, which we don't, but you see we're getting a lot quicker sheds. But again, it just depends on what is happening. Now, if you notice he's going with that kind of a concept, that's where you may up that vert hook on the tight end. But again, just different plays will of course cause different reactions. This play, we'll go with like a weird crosser play. But I mean, yeah, you guys can pretty much see just different ways you can do it. Again, there's not really a way to get pressure. Certain plays just do act a little bit differently. I mean, I can do like the weird hover here, which you'll see people do out of this blitz, but we could definitely run it like this, kind of go over here, and there you see we get the dual pressure, which again, a lot of that is caused by the play action that we just ran, so don't be fooled. This blitz, again, does not come through every time, otherwise that's what I would have showed you first, but you did see it work there. And I do believe, again, putting this guy over here and doing that little hover thing, it'll help. But again, play action probably caused a ton of that. We'll try it again though. But yeah, if you're running something like this, this should be fine. Of course, the corner out might be the exception. You could put B on cloud flat once again, but this would not be bad. You go ahead, snap the ball. We still run over here, and now you see we get the slot cornerback free, but we of course blocked our running back there, so he's not going to get open. But that is probably the best way to get the slot corner free. I'll show it again one more time. And again, all I'm doing is running it stock. I'm blitzing Y, moving him down just a little bit here. And then with my user, I'm just kind of hovering over here. And then when the ball is snapped, we're running over. And you see there, we get the pressure once again to where the point A is not even really open at that point. So I don't know if you'd be able to throw that. But that is how you get pressure out of the cover 6. Again, you have to rush 5. This 4-man rush will never get pressure for you. Trust me. I've tried most things to get it to work, and it just doesn't really work. So take my word for it. But yeah, that's a pretty good coverage. Now, if you want to go completely bluff blitz coverage, what you're going to do is I would probably end up manning this B player up on A. Tight ends, you guys got to understand this game, they're always thrown to, and that's every year in Madden. The tight end, the running back are the most thrown to players just generally, just because they're the easiest passes to complete, and it's usually where the opponent looks. Trust me on that. I know you guys probably do the same yourselves, but again, you man up the tight end. Takes away a lot of your problems. You snap the ball, and now you just got a nice little cover 6. You can take away different things. I can lurk back in the middle of the field now, and it's just going to make you a little bit better. But of course, you're going to have a weakness, and that's going to be your pressure. So you're not going to get as good of pressure as you would generally. But that's where you combine the 5-man blitz out of the cover 6 with the 5-man blitz out of cover 2 and the 3-man rush out of cover 6, 3-man rush out of cover 4 drop. Really combining all these will help you. So again, you don't want to stick to one play. You want to continue to adjust the different plays. But taking a look, we'll go to a bunch tight end again just because of how good it is. Run this setup. Now this setup maybe gives you trouble, but again, if you man up B on A, that gets rid of the delay fade. We'll see how the other routes kind of defend or play, but RB, I'm assuming he gets a little bit open. He actually gets bumped there, but you see, again, the coverage is really dang good on this cover 6. Again, you rush 3. Nobody's open. Maybe they roll out, throw this delay fade, and then you can kind of rush somebody. But geez, look at the Jaguars O-line. If they could block like that in real life, the Jags would be 7-0 right now, or 6-0. But that's another story. But again, you're rushing 3. You're not expecting a whole lot. If that really becomes an issue, again, you can just run the stock. It's a very good defense stock. Don't be fooled. It's a very good defense stock. If you really can lurk someone like that. And again, you're going to have better D linemen, I would assume, in the game anyway. Sheds are, they can be decent at times, but Of course, he's going to have some time if you rush 3 because he should be under the impression that you're blitzing him. But let's show some other things that you can do. And again, I could actually man up both the tight end and the running back if I wanted. And then I can just use the 3-rec hook. So this would be a style of defense that I might go to. Again, you're allowed to use the 3-rec hook. I've done it multiple times. Now you have 2 players manned up. And probably the 2 most important players. And now you see I can use it in the middle of the field. Everything should be defended pretty good. So this is a type of adjustment I go to a lot, especially out of other formations. Let's try, is there any kind of a gun bunch in this? Bunch, halfback strong, we'll just go to this. But again, we'll just motion James Robinson over real quick. Create an actual bunch look. So here's an actual normal bunch setup. And again, we're gonna base a line. Now, this might be a little bit trickier because the running back's on the opposite side. And if you're using the 3-rec hook anyway, then you can still man him up and just use it over here. Again, not an issue. We man up him, we man up the tight end, and pretty much everything should be defended well. Now, maybe the wheel route gets a little bit open on that right side. Should be pretty normal. Again, you can shade outside with a deep safety. Should hopefully play that better. But that's really good coverage against bunch. Hopping into the... Dang it, I was trying to hop into the replay, which I messed up on. I do want to show that 4 vertical look a lot because, again, a lot of people run bunch. So just what generally the setup that I might go to out of this would be, again, man up probably X on the running back. And then I would maybe man up A on this A tight end. Something like this could be a setup I go to. Realistically, if I wanted to, I could also man up B on that B receiver, really. But this setup is going to be pretty solid for you. Now again, their bunch might be on the other side, but I will also show what you can do with this play flipped because your cover 4 usually will be on the bunch side, so I want to give you a little bit of an accurate look at what that could potentially look like. But again, RB, he's going to be your guy. He actually ends up getting matched up on, I forgot to put the running back on his route, but RB should get matched on by that left inside quarter safety, the free safety. But yeah, let's actually flip our defense here just to give you an accurate kind of look. We're going to base a line still, but this is usually your look against bunch. Of course, his receiver's normally on the wide side, so your cover 2 shouldn't get beat still. But if this is your defense, what you're going to do is man up this player on probably A, and then you're just going to man up either probably just this A linebacker on Y still. So again, we'll motion him over just to create a normal bunch look, but normal vertical setup like this. And again, here's your defense. So you can pretty much do this type of a defense where you man up the running back, man up the tight end against anybody or any kind of an offense. And again, your user's going to be RB more times than not. They release the delay fade. Oh, he is back because he's manned up, which sometimes these animations are dumb. But yeah, I gave you guys a lot of ideas with this defense. Let me know if you want to see more 245 odd or the ebook. Make sure you guys drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.